Hello, and welcome to traditional Japanese Mahjong known as Riichi Mahjong. This is the second video of our beginner series that builds on the lessons learned in the beginner video. If you haven't seen that video and played a couple practice games for yourself, please check it out before continuing with the current video, as this video builds off of the concepts in the previous video. In our first video, we taught you how to win games by building a hand and declaring reach. In this video, we will go over the concept of hand patterns, quiet tenpai, scoring, bonus points, end of round procedures, and how to declare Ron without declaring Riichi. But wait, what do you mean Ron without reach? How is that possible? Well, as it turns out, depending on your hand composition, you can declare Ron without declaring reach. This is known as Yaku. Yaku is the Japanese word for win condition, but the easiest way for you to remember this is to think of Yaku to mean a pattern. If you don't declare reach, then you can win a hand as long as you have at least one specific pattern of tiles. So what patterns are we talking about? Well, as of right now, here are 4 of the basic patterns you can make with your current skill set: Pinfu, identical sequence, double identical sequence, and 7 pairs. The first pattern we'll talk about is known as the Pinfu Yaku, or also known as a no-point hand. To make this pattern, you need all of your melds to consist only of sequences and no triplets. Secondly, the pair in your hand needs to be a numbered pair and not honor tiles. And finally, you need to have an open-ended tenpai. This means the last tile you need to complete your hand has to be the end of a sequence and not the middle of a sequence. For example, the 4 or 5 of characters waiting to win on the 3 or the 6. While it may look like there are a lot of stipulations to this pattern, it is generally one of the easiest hands to make. The second pattern you can make is the identical sequences Yaku. This is a pattern in your hand where 2 of your melds are the exact same sequence and suit. For example, you could have 2 melds consisting of the 3, 4, 5 of characters. The double identical sequences pattern is a pattern that builds on the identical sequences pattern by having 2 of your melds being an identical sequence and the other 2 melds being another identical sequence. The last pattern is the 7 pairs Yaku. This is a special pattern that breaks the rule of needing 4 melds and 1 pair. As the name suggests, you need to have a complete hand where you have 7 unique pairs. You are considered to be in Tenpai when you have 6 pairs in your hand. And of course, let's not forget what got us here in the first place. Riichi and Tsumo themselves are also considered Yaku, and this is what has been allowing us to win games previously. We can win any hand by Ron or Tsumo as long as we have one of these Yaku. Let's take a look at a sample game now with one of these new hand patterns. We're going to try to make the Pinfu pattern. This means making a sequence meld for all 4 melds with a pair of number tiles. So our first order of business is to get rid of our honor tile. The 5 of bamboo completes our 5, 6, 7 meld. We'll get rid of the 9 of characters next. The 3 of dots is good. We can make a meld with a 1 or 4 dot and get rid of the 2 of bamboo. The 6 of characters doesn't really improve our hand any closer to Tenpai, but we'll hold on to it just in case. Right now, we're just looking to complete our 3rd meld, either in the dots or in the characters. Okay, now we've drawn the red 5 of dots. I haven't explained it yet, but if you draw the red 5s, you should try to keep them in your hand if possible. Let's make some room by getting rid of the 6 of characters that isn't doing anything for us. We already have a 5, 6, 7 of bamboo, so the 8 doesn't help us. Nice, we've drawn the 6 of dots. This will help us make sure that the red 5 in our hand can turn into a meld. We'll go ahead and get rid of the 2-3 shape, since the 5-6 will get us to our next meld. Great! We drew the 4 of dots to complete our 4-5-6 meld. We are now in Tenpai. All we need to do now is either draw the 2 or the 5 of characters to complete the last meld. We could declare Riichi now if we wanted to. But wait a second. Our hand now qualifies for the Pinfu or identical sequences pattern. If we draw the 2 of characters, we have Pinfu. And if we draw the 5 of characters, we will have both Pinfu and identical sequences. So we can win this hand with Ron or Tsumo without having to declare Riichi. A closed hand that can win without declaring Riichi is known as a Dama hand, which means quiet Tenpai. There are many advantages to quiet Tenpai, and one of those advantages is that you do not have to announce to the other players that you are 1 tile away from winning the hand. This is a sneaky way to get some wins, as the other players may still think you are trying to build a hand. So we'll just keep quiet and discard the 2 of dots. We just need the 2 or the 5 of characters to show up, and we can win the hand by Ron or Tsumo. We're going to speed this up to see what the outcome is going to be. We've made it to the last draw, and we've finally drawn the 2 of characters, making our Pinfu pattern. Let's go ahead and declare Tsumo.
And that's Tsumo. Perfect!
Here are the results of our match. Let's go ahead and explain the scoring system now. First, every hand has a rank value, known in Japanese as Han. The higher the rank at the end of the hand, the more points you will collect. Here are the rank values that these Yaku have in the game of Japanese Mahjong. Tsumo, Pinfu, identical sequences, and Riichi all have a rank value of 1. 7 pairs has a rank value of 2, and double identical sequences has a rank value of 3. In the game, if you qualify for multiple patterns, then you get the combined rank value of all the patterns. Your combined rank will determine how many points you score at the end of the round. A rank 5 hand scores 8,000 points. This is known as a mangan, meaning full points. Each rank value after 5 is a multiplier of full points. A rank 6 or 7 hand is 12,000 points, known as a haneman or full and a half. A rank 8 or 9 hand is worth 16,000 points, known as a baiman or double full points. Rank 10, 11, and 12 hands are worth 24,000 points, known as triple full points. And finally, hands that are worth 13 or more are worth a whopping 32,000 points. These are known as yakuman or quadruple full points and are the hardest hands to make. But if you ever make a yakuman, it's enough points to completely wipe an opponent out of the game. Hands with a rank 4 or less are known as fast hands and can be worth up to a maximum of 8,000 points, depending on the composition of your hand. We will go more in depth about fast hands in another video, but generally speaking, rank 1 hands will be usually worth 1,000, 2 will be worth 2,000, 3 is worth 4,000, and 4 is worth up to 8,000 points. So on our results screen, we get 1 rank for Tsumo and 1 rank for Pinfu. We also get some additional bonus ranks that I'll describe in a second, giving us a total of 6 Han. And based on our chart, we see that 6 Han is worth 12,000 points. On top of Yaku, you can also increase the value of your hand in a variety of ways. There are 3 main ways to do so: Dora bonuses, Riichi bonuses, and dealer bonuses. We'll start by explaining the Dora bonuses. Let's go back to the beginning of the game. If you notice here, 1 tile gets flipped face up from this stack of tiles. Before the deal of tiles, out of the 136 tiles in the game, 14 of them are set aside and are normally not drawn from. This set of tiles is known as the dead wall. Any face-up tiles in the dead wall are known as Dora indicators, which can help increase the rank of your hand at the end of the round. The Dora indicators are not bonus tiles themselves, but rather they tell you which tiles are going to be the bonus tiles, which are known as Dora. Dora are Dora tile indicators plus 1. So in this case, we see the 8 of bamboo. That means that the bonus tile is the 9 of bamboo, not the 8 of bamboo itself. So for every 9 of bamboo tile you have in your hand, at the end of the round, you'll increase the total rank of your hand by 1. If the 9 of bamboo was the Dora indicator, then the Dora tile circles back around to the 1 of bamboo. For any wind tile that shows up as a Dora indicator, they point to the next wind tile in turn order. And for dragon tiles, they point to the next dragon in alphabetical order. There is also a second way to get Dora. In some Mahjong variants, there is one special red 5 tile in each of the suits. You will also get bonus rank for each of these red 5s in your hand at the end of the round. So going back to our hand, we have 3 Dora tiles, a pair of 9 bamboos, and the red 5 of dots that I elected to keep earlier in the game. And just having these increased the rank of our hand by 3. We also achieved one special bonus called the last tile. If you win the hand on the very last tile drawn or discarded, you'll automatically get a bonus rank increase, which is what happened here. Please note though, that Dora are not considered Yaku. They are considered bonus points. You will still need to create a hand pattern or declare reach in order to win the hand. Having just Dora points will not allow you to win a hand. And speaking of reach, the second type of bonuses have to do with declaring reach. You get 2 bonus opportunities just for declaring reach. First, if you win a hand by reach without being forced to discard a tile, you will automatically increase your rank by 1, known as Iipeikou. The second bonus opportunity is that, for each face-up Dora indicator tile showing, you get to flip face-up another Dora indicator tile before calculating your score, giving you more chances to increase the rank of your hand. The last type of bonus you can have is a dealer bonus. Just by being the dealer, you get 2 advantages over the other players. The first advantage is that if you win the hand as a dealer, then you get to be the dealer again for the next round, preventing a rotation to the next player. But why is this an advantage? Well, if you win the hand as a dealer, you also get a 150% point bonus. For example, if you win a hand by Mangan, instead of winning 8,000 points, you would win 12,000 points. And you get to be the dealer again, and continue winning more points than a normal player. Pushing your dealer advantage is crucial to winning games of Riichi Mahjong. Let's go ahead and now demonstrate these new concepts in another game. The Dora indicator for this round is the 9 of characters. That means the 1 of characters is our bonus tile. You'll notice in our starting hand, we have the 1, 2, 3 of characters as a meld already. And because it includes the 1 of characters, our hand already has a bonus rank value of 1 if we can win the round. Let's go ahead and start discarding honor tiles. Things are looking pretty good so far. Let's discard the 1 and 9 dots next. We have 3 melds now, the 1, 2, 3 and the 2, 3, 4 of characters, and the 1, 2, 3 of bamboo. Let's discard the 8 of characters next. The 5 of characters is good. It can open up more meld possibilities. Let's discard the 5 of bamboo now. How fortunate. The second 5 of characters gives us our pair. We are now in Tenpai if we discard the 5 or 6 of dots. But if we discard the 6 of dots, we will have the Pinfu pattern to increase our rank by 1. And if we declare reach, we are guaranteed a rank 3 or higher hand when combined with the Pinfu pattern and the Dora tile in your hand. So let's do that.
Riichi.
And we draw the 4 of dots for the win. And since we win before having to discard another tile after declaring reach, we get another increase in rank for both Tsumo and Iipeikou. Let's go ahead and end the round.
And that's Tsumo. Perfect.
First, let's evaluate the Dora. We know that the first Dora is the one of characters, but because we won by reach, we get a second Dora indicator tile. In this case, the second Dora is the east tile, which we don't have unfortunately. So we only get one Dora for the one of characters in our hand. Our total rank for the hand is a 5 Han Mangan. Normally, this is worth 8,000 points. However, because we are the dealer, we get a 150% point bonus. So instead of 8,000, we get to collect 12,000 points, which is the same as if we won with a Haneman. And because we are the dealer, we get to deal again afterwards. What a great outcome for us. To summarize the end of round procedures for winning a game, first, if a reach player wins, flip over additional Dora indicators under all revealed Dora indicators. Second, count the rank values of all Yaku hand patterns. Third, add Dora bonuses to the rank value. Fourth, determine the point value of the Han ranking. Fifth, apply the dealer bonus if applicable. Sixth, collect the total points. Seventh, any points provided in the center by reach players are now collected by the winner. If you were ever wondering what happened to all those 1,000 point wagers from declaring reach, this is where they come into play. You collect all these points during this step if you win the game. And finally, if the dealer didn't win, rotate the deal counterclockwise to the next person. Sometimes the game will end without a winner, leading to a draw. It's disappointing to make it to Tenpai and not win, but don't be too sad. Players in Tenpai can win some consolation points at the end of the round. Perform the following end of round procedures for a draw. First, if a player is in Tenpai, they can reveal their hand. If a player declared reach, then revealing the hand at this step is mandatory. Second, players that are in Tenpai will collect consolation points. There are 3,000 points total up for grabs. These 3,000 points are evenly collected from the non-Tenpai players to split evenly among the players that are in Tenpai. In other words, if there is one player in Tenpai, then that one player will collect 1,000 points from each of the other 3 players to total 3,000 points. If 2 players are in Tenpai, then each Tenpai player collects 1,500 points, and each non-Tenpai player loses 1,500 points. If 3 players are in Tenpai, then each Tenpai player collects 1,000 points from the non-Tenpai player. And finally, if all players have reached Tenpai, no points will exchange hands. Any reach wagers that have been declared will remain in the center for players to win in the next round. And if the dealer was in Tenpai, then this also repeats the round. Otherwise, the dealer will rotate for the next round. The game will end in one of 2 ways. If one or more players loses all their points, the game will end. Otherwise, the game will also end after each player has completed at least one round as the dealer. Either way, whoever has the most points at the end of the game will be declared the victor. Congratulations! With the knowledge you've gained from this video and the last video, you now know the basics of how to play and score a game of Riichi Mahjong. It's a lot of information that I hope I was able to provide in these understandable videos. However, if you find this game fascinating and enjoyable, then there are still a few more concepts left to learn in my next video. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are interested in learning more, please check out my other videos that will provide more information about Japanese Mahjong. Thanks for watching.